sort of invent their own story. So that would be like a post-listening activity or a follow-up of the activity, right? Or again, you may have a closed test, let's say, or a closed exercise better, and they can fill in blanks, right, in the story. Right. Now we're going to, let's move on to a different type of story now, which is more than a story, is a listening for students who might attend a theatre. Now, in this case, we will listen to someone giving instructions and offering the best possibilities to make the most of a language study theatre. Here, there's something very important because this listening is different. In this case, our students must fill in blanks and they require longer answers, although answers never mean more than 3 or 4 words. That's important, for students to know. They're never going to write 10 words. Now, the other thing is that in this case, there are keywords. What's the meaning of keywords? For example, keywords are very important here because that means that many times the words they're going to listen to are not exactly the words they're going to read in the exercise. So it's important there. And prediction here is the most important thing in this kind of exercise. For example, dates. You have dates, right? And obviously you're going to have other dates. Then you have, for example, 15 stands with textbooks, and then there's a blank. When you have blanks, it's very important to pay attention to the word which precedes the blank, in this case textbooks, and the word that follows the blank by educational speakers. So, students may wonder, really, why is important this kind of strategy? I mean, why should I know or pay attention to the words after and before the blank? Simply because the answer must match not only the information they listen on the recording, but also must be grammatically accurate. That means that stands with textbooks. For example, what kind of word you need here? Okay, is it a verb? Is it a noun? Is it an adjective? Right? That's important. Okay. For example, by educational speakers. That requires perhaps verb. Actually, passive voice, right? So then, demonstration of latest. What? Is it an adjective? Is it a noun? Right. That's important too. Again, students, they have some time to listen to this before, so they can anticipate the answers in this case, right? In the case of opening hours, again, well, we have dates once more, and finally we have number 17 and 18. We have again times, and then 4. Money, £5 or £3, 4. Again, they need to anticipate. It's about tickets. So, what can we say about a ticket, right? And then finally, about tickets which might be booked by ringing the hotline on what? What kind of words do you have after the preposition on? On a day, on a date, etc. Okay, this is very important. I'm sure it will help students a lot. Now we're going to do the listening. Listen.
Questions 14 to 19. You will hear someone talking on the radio about a language study fair. For each question, fill in the missing information in the numbered space. You now have 20 seconds to look at part 3.
Well, here students must make the most of this time to try to, again, anticipate the answers. Right? That way will be much easier for them.
Now we are ready to start. Listen carefully. You will hear the recording twice.
If you're studying English, the language study fair that's being held this month will certainly interest you. The show is taking place between the 17th and 19th of March at the National Education Centre. It aims to answer all your questions about self-study, that's studying by yourself, whatever your level. The Language Study Fair provides a perfect opportunity for you to see, compare, and get advice on everything that's available to help you improve the way you study. Over 350 leading producers of educational materials will be present. Come along to this, and you won't waste your money in the future on materials that are out of date or books that you just don't need. We've got lots of different things for you to see and hear. There will be stands showing different types of self-study textbooks and talks by educational speakers on the best ways to study by yourself. You'll be able to see the latest furniture available for people who study at home. We're sure you'll also enjoy watching people using the latest computer programs, which can make studying English alone so much easier. This is your chance to make good decisions about what you buy. You can attend the fair between 9:30 and 5 on Thursday and Friday, and from 9:30 to 4 on Saturday. Tickets cost £5 each, or £3 if you're a full-time student. All tickets can be booked by ringing the ticket hotline. The number is 984 7711. Parking can be really difficult around the National Education Centre. However, an all-day space can be booked for only £2.50 per vehicle. So, we look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, that's the end of this listening. Right. So, as you can see, if you were doing it together with the listening, prediction is really important here. Here you have the scripts, anyway. Now, another type of listening is here the type that requires true and false answers. In this case, we will hear a conversation between a girl and a boy. Now, here, the strategy is to, again, to read the questions, of course, and find the key words. That means that some words, for example, may be replaced by others. A key word might be medicine. That means that medicine may come in the text, not as such. Maybe some other type of word, right? Maybe replaced by some kind of, for example, syrup or aspirin or whatever, okay? Right. And the verb stopped, perhaps it doesn't say stop, actually, right? But may say given up or not any longer, etc. That's why in each sentence it's very important to find the key words. Right. So, after students read this, we're going to listen to this. Let's listen.
Now listen again. Now turn to part 4, questions 20 to 25. Look at the 6 sentences for this part. You will hear a conversation between a girl, Kate, and a boy, George. Decide if each sentence is correct or incorrect. If it is correct, put a tick in the box under A for yes. If it is not correct, put a tick in the box under B for no. You now have 20 seconds to look at the questions for part 4.
Again, this is the time that students must use, to read with in every detail the question, right? Not just reading for comprehension, but to pay attention to the words, which might be keywords.
Now we are ready to start. Listen carefully. You will hear the recording twice.
I don't